New Amazon seller advice. What would I do if I was starting from zero? In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down exactly that. It's a little bit different. Here we are doing a little vlog style video. My name is Trevor Peterson. I've been selling on Amazon for over 4 years full time. I've done multiple 7 figures, and I want to break down some pieces of advice that I would definitely recommend if I was a new Amazon seller starting from scratch. Let's get into it. All right, we're gonna set up my camera right here so I can talk a little bit easier and get into today's video, because this is something that I'm super passionate about, is new Amazon sellers starting Amazon. And I see so many people come into this business and they just completely fail because they didn't quite understand what to expect going into it. So what I wanna do is give you guys some advice, recommendations. If you guys enjoy, like the video, subscribe, drop a comment. But let's dive into the first thing and biggest recommendation. If I was starting from zero all over again today, what would be the advice that I would give to my younger self? And it would be start now, start sooner. There are so many people that just kind of sit on the sidelines and they want to watch people and give themselves some sort of reason or some sort of excuse to start an Amazon business, and they want to see somebody else succeed before they do it, because they're like, oh, it's a scam, or oh, it doesn't work, or oh, it's dead, or oh, it's saturated. And the reality is, you sitting on the sideline making excuses to not get in the game, like, you might as well just not start, because that's setting yourself up for failure. So my biggest piece of advice is start. Get started, because honestly, that's the hardest part of an Amazon business or building a business in general, is just taking the first initial step to get up and going. So please, I can't put enough stress and emphasis on this, is go take action, and I promise you won't regret it. The only thing that you will regret is not starting. So that's the first and biggest piece of advice that I could give to new Amazon sellers, is start now. The second piece of advice that I can give to new Amazon sellers is do not be cheap. I see this time and time and time again with new Amazon sellers, and they take shortcut after shortcut after shortcut, and they wonder why they failed. They don't come into the business understanding that, look, you do have to invest some money to get up and going. Now, do you need $100,000 to start your business? No. Do you need around a couple thousand? Yes, you do. You can't start an Amazon private label business with a couple $100 and expect to see massive success. So you have to understand that you have to be willing to invest some money in order to make a profit. And there's so many times that people just want to make a bunch of money without putting any risk, let alone time and effort into it. And that leads into the third tip that I want to give to new Amazon sellers. This is just an advice that you guys need to take and run with it. And that is, building a business takes time and effort, energy, hard work, discipline, you name it, it requires it. And there's so many people that think that Amazon is just gonna all of a sudden be printing them money like it's nothing. And I hate to break it to you that that is not the case. Amazon requires a lot of work, it takes patience, and a lot of discipline. And a lot of times people don't realize that going into it, and they're just like, oh, I'm gonna start making a bunch of money in a few weeks. And that's just not the case. It takes a little bit of time to get things up and going. You obviously have to learn the process, understand what you're doing. And then once you understand what you're doing, you have to find a supplier, you have to get that product manufactured, you have to get that product shipped to Amazon fulfillment center, and that takes time. And a lot of times people think that that building a business takes just a few days, a couple of hours. And that is not the case. You've gotta be willing to put in the time and the effort and the sacrifice if you want to get the reward at the very end. The fourth piece of advice that I could give a new Amazon seller if I was starting again from scratch, I would have definitely asked for a second opinion. And what I mean by this is getting a second look of eyes or a second opinion of somebody that has had experience selling on Amazon before is going to help you avoid a ton of mistakes moving forward. So what I mean by that is, if you're new to Amazon and if you're just looking to launch a product, before you launch that product, get somebody to look at that product and tell you, hey, yes, it has potential, or no, it doesn't. If you can pay somebody to help you validate or verify your product, or get a mentor, which I have a mentorship program where we verify all of my students' products before they go and launch them. If you can have something like that, again, it doesn't have to be me. I'm just telling you to get a second set of eyes that can go in and say, hey, this is a good product or this is a bad product. And that alone can save you thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars in either mistakes, or they can give you the confidence to say, hey, yes, this is a really good product, move forward with it. And that product could turn a profit of 5 figures per month. So that is something very important, is get a second set of eyes, get a mentor, get some help. Don't try to do things yourself, especially if you are a brand new Amazon seller. Okay, so have somebody verify your product, get help, learn from somebody that's already walked down the road. And if you can do that, you will avoid a lot of mistakes. And again, if you guys want help from me, I'd love to help you through the process. If you don't want my help, then go find somebody that you trust that has the proven results, that has gone down the path of selling on Amazon, and that you can ask them for advice. If you want to work with me though, go to the link down below. I'm accepting applications. It's amzchampions.com. You guys can apply to work with me. Again, we'll verify your product. We'll have weekly live calls. We'll answer all of those questions and help you avoid those massive mistakes that do come along with selling on Amazon. So that is tip number 4. The 5th and final tip that I want to give to new Amazon sellers is when you start selling, it is the best feeling in the world. Like, there's nothing better than getting your first sale, having your first $10,000 in a month, hitting just big milestones. And our first initial reaction is like, oh, I'm making all this money. I want to take it out and I want to go buy a new watch, or I want to go buy a new phone, or I want to upgrade my car. I want to upgrade my apartment, or I want to go buy a new Gucci shirt or a Louis Vuitton bag, or whatever the case is. We want to reward ourselves. Now, I'm not opposed to rewarding ourselves, but don't go too crazy. And my tip is reinvest into your business. And that is what has allowed me to scale my business to 7 figures. I've done multiple 7 figures selling on Amazon, and it's been because I was disciplined of reinvesting profits into my business. For the first year, 2 years of my business, I was not living the lifestyle that I'm currently living. I was eating top ramen. I was not eating out. I was eating peanut butter sandwiches. I was eating cereal every single morning instead of paying for food that was just overpriced, and I didn't need to spend the money on that food. So reinvest profits. I promise in the long run, it'll boost your success. So please be disciplined, reinvest profits. And if you do that, your business will grow where you want it to be. Again, depending on your goals will depend on, hey, when you can take profits out. If you're just looking to make an extra couple $100 a month, then yeah, sure, you can pull out profits fairly quickly. But if you're trying to replace, let's say, your 9-to-5 job, or if you're trying to scale to 6 figures, 7 figures, then you bet you need to reinvest close to every single dollar in your business for the first 6, 12, 18 months. And if you do that, you will reap the rewards, but you do have to be patient. Again, Amazon is not a get-rich-quick scheme, so you do have to understand that, hey, you've got to be patient, you got to be disciplined, reinvest profits. So those are the 5 tips that I can give to new Amazon sellers. If I was starting over again today, those would be the 5 things that I'd tell myself, my younger self, and it would make all the difference. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something. And if you did, like the video, subscribe, drop a comment. I appreciate all of your guys' support. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's a little bit different. We're just here again in my living room. It's not my usual YouTube setup, but it's a beautiful day. I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, like the video, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.